In today's video, I'm going to be doing a full face brand of Maybelline, one of my favorite brands, and the foundation I'll be using is the Maybelline Lumi Matte foundation, along with a lot of other products to achieve this face. I'm 77 years old, and if you want to see how I put this together, you keep it right there on Beauty Over 70 with Lee. Hello my friends, it's Lee and welcome. In today's video, we're going to be doing a get ready with me with one of my favorite brands, Maybelline. That's correct. I'm going to pull out my Maybelline. We're going to do a full face of Maybelline with the exception of maybe a couple of products. So first of all, welcome to the channel. I have cleaned. I have done all my morning skincare, my serums, my moisturizer, my vitamin C, and I went ahead and put on one of my favorite products. It's not Maybelline, but it is L'Oreal, and it is the L'Oreal Glotion. I have already applied that. As you can see, I have a nice glow. I love this product. To save time, I went ahead and put on my Glotion, and I believe it's the medium light that I use, but I'm going to list everything in the description box, so don't despair. We're going to start out with I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes with my Painterly MAC paint pot in Painterly. That's the shade where that can be drying down. Doing great on this fall day. The weather's cooler in my area and it is so nice. Got so much to do. Now this is going to be a little chatty, lengthy get ready with me. So you know when you do a get ready with me, it takes a little bit of time, right? And now I'm going to use my MAC paint pot, and I put a P on there for painter, but I'm going to use my special brush that I use, and this is by It Cosmetics, and I use that because it works so well. And the reason I'm going ahead and doing this, because 9 times out of 10 I do my eyes first. Now not always, but a lot of the times I do my eyes first, and I'm going to spread this on here so it can be drying down before we start some other things. Besides all the things we have to do, then there's the holidays, and you got more to do, right? Did you do massive shopping on Prime Day? I did some. I stocked up on some things that I normally use, but I didn't do a lot this time. I really didn't. Just things that I need. I tried to separate my wants from my needs, you know what I mean? But they had some really good specials this year. They really do. Prom Day is just something we look forward to anymore, right? As a matter of fact, there was a package on my door when I got up this morning. Of course, I get up fairly early anyway, but there was a package outside on my porch when I got up this morning. Okay, we've got that. That's going to be drying down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start with some concealer. And let me tell you right off, I've had a lot of my subscribers ask me to do a get ready with me with the Maybelline Lumi Matte foundation, and I picked this up, and I'm going to be using number 120. So we will see. It looks like it pulls a little orange, but I think it'll be okay. I hope so anyway. And it does have a pump on it, ladies. It does have a pump, and most of you are familiar with this, and I am not. This will be my first time using it. But I had you ask me to do a get ready with me with that. So, you know, here I am, filling your request. And I'm going to put a couple of pumps. Let's start with a couple of pumps and see what we start with on my little... This is supposed to be what I think, kind of medium to full coverage. It is buildable, and you can see it runs just a touch. I hope I didn't put out too much, but if I did, that's okay. That's okay. Concealer, and I'm going to be using the Maybelline Erase. You know, we're all familiar, most of us are familiar with this, you know, the little sponge that you just roll up. And I'm going to put a little concealer on some of these areas that, down here, that I need it to camouflage some of this. This is a new one, and you hear me rolling it up here. Just a touch to start. To conceal a touch of redness here. Not a touch, a lot of redness. Before I start. A little sponge. I'm going to blend that with a sponge. I've got a new mirror here that Ilios Light sent me. I done a video last week on those, that review they sent me. They sent me a beauty ring, a large beauty ring, like just like the one I had that I ordered for my birthday last year when I turned 76, and so now I have two. I just want to blend that just a little bit. So what I'm using now, I'm going to try this today to see how it works, is the lighted rechargeable table mirror that's lighted, and it's a 5 times, and I didn't think it would take up as much room to block out the light on my my lights here, because I was getting shadow on one side, and I'm trying to figure that out, you know. I'm not a photographer, so I'm trying to figure out what is happening. So, okay, I'm going to take my IT Cosmetics brush and just dip that, one of my favorite holy grails. And I'm just going to saturate my brush and dip it in and swirl it around to where I can get the brush saturated. That's what I'm doing. So this mirror is different from what I've been using, so I may have to switch. So if I do, I'll cut my camera off and we'll just switch. Seems to be doing a pretty good job. But I have a lot to cover. I love that L'Oreal Glotion. I really do. It just gives you such a youthful glow that I absolutely love it. Now, we're friends, right? Yes, we are friends. I want you to look at this. I want you to look at the snow up on the up here. I'm debating on whether to just let all of this grow out. I'm going to chat while I blend. Just let it all grow out and just go gray like everybody else. I mean, well, I'm starting to say everybody else, but, you know, at my age of 77, I'm thinking, you know, the upkeep, the expense, and wear my hair so short. So, no, you have not seen me with all gray, and you have no idea what I'm going to look like, and neither do I. But give me your feedback. What do you think? You think I should just save money, use it on other things, and just let it all go gray, or what? I'm going to use my Stands Out sponge, which is a fabulous product. I'm going to just go over that right in the area right here. It's dry. It's not wet because I don't want to pick up a lot. I'm just patting and pressing. Now this is a smaller area mirror than what I've been used to using, so it's a little getting used to for me to set that. And I'll be using the Maybelline Fit Me number 120 is the powder that I'm going to be using when I do need it. I'm going to take my little small brush and I'm going to go over my eyes and kind of set that with a little bit of powder prior to starting my eyeshadow. And I'm going to use my Nikki LaRose, one of my Nikki LaRose brushes to do that. Yes, I'm still kind of fighting another bloodshot defective eye here in the last transplant there, that I just seem to keep having problems. I need to go back through and get another refraction. Okay, let's start with our eyes. Now, Skyscrape Dusk number 120. That is the shadow that I'll be using today. It's got some mauve cream on the burgundy hues. Can you see that? Profusion brushes. I use a multitude of brushes. I'm going to use the light shade right here, and I'm going to put that right up top. The lightest shade. It's more of a kind of a vanilla shade, if you will. And blend just a touch right in here too. My rougher number 1 brush. And let's see, I think I'm going to use this shade right here to get just a little bit of contour. All the crepiness on these lids, you know, it's hard to move things around with all the crepiness, but you know, we use what we got and we do the best we can, right? I have hooded eyes, so when I close my eye, I want to be able to see a little shadow. Okay, I'm going to clean my brush, and I think I'm going to use the darkest shade right here and tap it off. Well, it's not totally new, but it's been around for just maybe a few weeks. We have a new thing on YouTube now, Hype, H-Y-P-E. So I would appreciate when you like my channel, if you would go over to the right and just click the word hype, H-Y-P-E, that helps spread my channel around. It gives me points and it puts a few more pennies in my pocket, so I would definitely appreciate that. If you enjoy my channel, if you would help me out, because, you know, every little bit helps. I do this because I enjoy it, and you know, it gives me some extra money because I have to buy all my supplies, and most of them. I do get some PR, but I'm not on any big PR lists like a lot of the biggies are, and so I have to purchase all of my products. And it would really, really help me if you would just click that word hype. It's the same place where you click the thumbs up. Right down when you see my channel and the content there, right under there, you click the thumbs up. You just go a couple of notches, couple, three to the right, and there's the word hype. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to charge. It's free. And it does not going to send you notifications, not going to do anything. The only thing else is going to help me get a little bit more money in my pocket and spread me around on YouTube. So if you like my channel, I'd appreciate if you do that for me. And I'm going to take another rougher brush. This would be the number 15, one of my favorites for blending, and I'm just going to go in there and blend that. My eyes are still a little sore, so I'm having to be very careful. I was skeptical about doing this today with this eye, but, you know, try to keep my channel. I hit my 10,000 subscribers here a while back, and I thank you if you're one of those. I thank you for the support that you give me, and can't thank you enough for your loyalty. I mean, some of you have been with me from day one, and you know who you are, and I've got a lot of new ones, so I so appreciate that. The shade that we have here, I'm going to put that with my finger right up over my lid. See, it may be too light. And if it is, I will all but kick back to a little bit more subtle shade. It's getting pretty light, isn't it? So at this point, I'm going to go in, take my number 1 again, a MAC brush, and I'm going to go in with that, put a little bit more in the corner. I need that point. I know sometimes when I'm saying this, I'm talking to myself, and it's hard for me to, sometimes maybe you don't know when I say point, make it work. Okay, blend. Not two mascaras, but I'll be going to using the Sky High mascara today, and also using the Sky High mascara primer prior to that. So let me put the primer on. Going with my Sky High mascara primer, putting a coat of that on, and it does go on black. It looks like mascara. Most of you are familiar with this. I'm just putting a coat of that on prior to the mascara. I have such short, stubby lashes, but I am not going back to the extensions. I understand from some of the YouTubers that going for 2025, the look is going to be really, really full, and I'm sure a lot of you are going to go with those big lashes, but if I wear any lashes, it's for a special occasion or for filming, it's just going to be little half lashes. You know what I do. I'm not going back to the extensions or the big lashes. I'm just not at my age. That does a pretty good job for just filling in just with the primer. That is the Sky High Maybelline Primer. Fantastic product. One of my favorites. And Maybelline is one of my favorite brands. You know that. You have seen me over and over. I must have, I don't know how many tubes of mascara, or I don't know how many tubes of Maybelline lipstick that I own. It's one of my favorites. Now I'm going in with the actual mascara, giving that just a few seconds to dry. I believe my right eye is ready, so I can go right ahead and do a mascara. And I'm going to do that, and then what's left, I'm going to put just a touch on the bottom eventually. I don't know that I'll do it right now, but I'm going to put a little bit of liner down there, I think. But I always like to do this, and we'll decide if I'm going to tight line with my eye the way it is. I want to tight line my eyes or not. I'm not sure. Don't want to get anything any more worse than it is at this point. It does make a difference when you tight line. Absolutely. Makes a fantastic difference when you tight line your eyes, but you know, it's not good to. Eye doctor says not to. And it's definitely not something that I do every time I apply at all. And I have worn very little mascara. Now I'm going to set that aside, and when I do something down here, and I'm going to take a little small brush. I have a little special Morphe brush here. I have a Morphe and I have a Sigma, which is a straight line brush, and I'm going to take this Sigma brush, and I'm going to dip into the darkest shade, and I'm going to go just a little bit along the bottom. When you're working with these colors, you have a really tendency, it'll make your eye look super, super red, so these particular hues. And they're good if you have a lot of redness in your eye, around your eye area. They're good to use because it really camouflages it, so you can look at it two ways, I guess. Okay, friends, I went ahead and filled in my brows. Because you know it takes me forever until I can get them microbladed. It takes me forever. I can't get them straight with my close-up vision. It's impossible. I have used two of the Maybelline little micro pencils. I use the Auburn and I use the soft brown to get the color combo. And I got this color, forget the gray, until I can get this off of here. I use the Auburn micro pencil and the soft brown, and it's just it has a spoolie on this end, and you just roll it up on here. I love these pencils. Price point, I ordered a couple more of these on Prime Day just recently. They had them on a little bit of a price break, so I ordered 2 more. So I love these little pencils. And do a little bit of contouring, and we're just about to wrap it up. You know, I'm trying to use up some things, and I do not have a Maybelline contour, so I told you there's a few things I have to use because some of these products are going rancid, so I got to use them. Rather than buying a Maybelline contour, I just pulled out a Fenty, and I'm going to list everything in the description box. So this is Fenty contour. I'm not going to bother telling you the shade, but that's the brand, as you can see right there, Fenty Beauty. It's kind of a high-end brand, and I haven't used this in a while, so we're going to see how it works. I'm going to put a little bit of contour here and here. And I go right up in through the eye area, down the side of my nose. But I do take it all the way up in here. And I'm going to be doing a video on showing you all my brushes. It's coming. You know, with me doing one video a week, it's difficult, but it is on my video list. Don't despair, it'll be there. I'm going to be doing a video of all the brushes that I own, which is several. And then I'm also showing you the ones that I reach for the most. Thinking about getting the rest of them and just putting in a separate area that I don't use because, you know, I have to look over. But this happens to be Real Techniques, and it is one of my favorite for contour. I have Sigma. I have more Sigma. I have rougher. I have Morphe. I have so many contour brushes, but I still pull out most of the time my Real Techniques because it is double-ended. The bristles are just, you know what, you get used to. It's just like, you know, brushing your teeth, right? You have a double-ended here for this area, and this area here works great. So I blend out is just what I do. Now, this is not a tutorial. It's just a get ready with me telling you what I do, okay? And if it was a tutorial, I would tell you what I do. And then I blend up. And I'm going to take the other end and go in this area and blend this around the nose and up in the eye area. Feathery strokes. Light down the center of my nose. Nikki LaRose brush for contour. And when I don't use the other one, I use my new Nikki LaRose. Especially for the darkness in there. I just happen to use the Real Techniques today, but I really like this brush. because the way it's shaped to a point, it really gets in there and does the job. Okay. Okay, let's get some blush on. And for blush today, I'll be using the Fit Me powder blush rather, staying with more of the tones that I have on my eyes, and the lipstick will be that shade, 05. I try to keep my blush high. I try to. Sometimes it doesn't work that way, right? Especially when you're working out of another mirror. You're really not accustomed to. A little bit across there. Let's get on some lips. The Maybelline, of course. I get so dry talking, I have to get some water. That's why I think I have so many lines around my mouth. Just from drinking through straws. But, you know, there's a way you can do it. I'm learning that the hard way, but there's a way you can drink through straws without getting these lines. Like uncut videos? If you do, let me know, because it makes it a heck of a lot easier for me, my friends. Really, really does. You know, where I just start to finish, don't edit anything out, just whatever happens, happens. If you like those kind of videos, let me know, because it makes it so much easier. Okay, I'm going to line again and start again. I'm having trouble with the Cupid's bow. I used to have one, but what happened to it? I don't know. Into my Maybelline lipstick. And let's see what shade. Oh, is that pretty shade. I'm going into pinks. I know it's October, but going to be doing pinks and lavenders here. Here we go. This is number 665 in the description box. It's pretty pink. It's pretty bold. I might have to go over that with a little bit different shade. Using my lifter, one of my lifter glosses with Maybelline, and this is just a neutral shade. Give me some gloss. Not going to do anything to that. I just chose, when you have one shade, you know. That is their new lifter gloss. Get a little bit of a tingle with this. I can feel a little bit of a tingle with it. But when I get my lipstick on, sometimes I need to go back and apply just a touch more blush. And I'm looking in my mirror here, and I think I'm going to touch just a little bit more blush. I'm serious. If you like the uncut, have you seen any of those, you know, where you can just start to finish, don't leave anything out, all the good, the bad, and the ugly, just let me know. Let me know, and we'll do one, and we'll see what happens. It may not work, and then it might. Some highlighter. So let me grab my Angie Hot and Flashy concealer brush and go back to my Maybelline Fit Me eraser. Hope I chose the right shade in this. We shall see how it works. It's a little bit on the yellow tone, on the, you know, just a little bit on the warm tone, but I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be fine. We'll make it work today anyway. Okay, maybe a touch of highlight. Just a touch of highlighter right in here, right above my blush. Okay. Okay, I think we are finished with this. I'm going to take this beautiful headband off and do something to my hair, and I'll be right back, my friends. Stay with me. Don't leave me now. Okay, friends, I'm back, and this is my finished look today with my Get Ready With Me using the brand Fabulous brand Maybelline. And today I used the foundation I used was for first time for me was the Maybelline Lumi Matte 120. I think the foundation shade worked out perfectly, blending with my neck here in October. And most of the products that I applied on my face today was Maybelline, with the exception of a few products that I did not have. So you got to work with what you got. So I thank you so much for watching today. And I plan to do more Get Ready With Me as... Just let me know if you want an uncut, start to finish, to see exactly what I do, the mistakes that I make, the boo-boos that I make here and there, and I don't cut them out. Now, it's going to make the video a little longer. Leave me a comment. You want to see an uncut Get Ready With Me, but you got to watch it. If you leave me a comment and you say, you know, I want to see an uncut, I want to see all the mistakes you make, all the boo-boos, you don't cut anything out, I'll do it. But you got to promise me when I do it, you're going to watch it, okay? It's going to be lengthy and it may get a little boring. And who knows, it may get a little interesting because you know I do make a lot of boo-boos. So leave me a comment and let me know if you want to do that, okay? If you want me to do that, and I'll do it. So I thank you for watching today. Now remember, when you hit the like button, hit the hype, H-Y-P-E. Just click the like under the word more. Just when you click the like button, go over to the right and hit the hype because it helps spread me around, okay? I would so appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed, I invite you to if you're new. And again, I want to leave you with my favorite words. Go out and make today better than yesterday, but always remember that I love you. And I'll have a video for you, my friends, next Thursday. I hope you have a fantastic week and just go out and enjoy this beautiful fall season that we are so blessed with it. I wish you and your family well, and I will see you next Thursday, my friends. Bye-bye.